If you want to learn how to build a consumer product business successfully in retail and direct to consumer in a very short period of time, even to the point of growing 300% year over year, then you'll want to listen to this interview with two very experienced founders of a woman-owned business that have combined their decades of big company experience into the launch of their very own product.
Are you looking for new ways to make your sales grow? You've tried other podcasts, but they don't seem to know. Harvest the growth potential of your product or service as we share stories and strategies that'll make your competitors nervous. Now, here's the host of the Harvest Growth Podcast, John LeClaire.
Welcome back to the show. Today, I'm really excited to have on two co-founders of a business that's really cool. You're going to love their product, but also their story behind this. The product is called FunkkOFF, F-U-N-K-K, two Ks in there. OFF, and you can find out more information at FunkkOFF.com, again, with two Ks in the middle. So let me introduce these two co-founders. Joelle Flynn is actually the inventor of the FunkkOFF teeth refresher product and is founder and co-CEO. And her other co-CEO, other half, is Sonia Hounsell, who's, again, a co-founder and co-CEO in this business. Well, both of you, I'm so excited to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time today.
Oh, thank you for having us, John.
Thank you.
I'll let you guys, as I mentioned, I'm a user of the product and a big fan, but I'll let you describe what it is. Let's start off with that. So what is the FunkkOFF teeth refresher?
I can tell you how, well, we can tell you what it is or how it came about or both. What would you prefer?
Yeah, let's do both.
Okay. Well, the Funk is, and we love it. You actually use the product right before the podcast and your teeth look lovely, by the way.
Thanks.
Fresh and white and clean. The FunkkOFF name actually came from purple funk on my teeth when I was up tasting wine in wineries in Napa and Sonoma, and I'd always carry around literally a toothbrush and toothpaste like the one you see here in my little purse to get the purple funk off of my teeth in between wine tastings. And there just kind of came a time when I pulled out lipstick very much. I think this might have been it actually. That was an all-in-one, something that was all-in-one reusable toothbrush and toothpaste kind of thing that was like my lipstick, but for my teeth. And there just wasn't anything on the market. So I did start inventing it back in the day and filed many patents along the way. But got to a point where I needed help because I didn't know how to launch a consumer product with what I invented. And I worked together with Sonia in 2019, and we formed FunkkOFF Incorporated. And we worked very hard together to refine the designs, the usability and the aesthetics, the formulation inside and everything to bring my idea and invention to the marketplace in 2019, which we did. So I will tee it over to my best friend from 7th grade and business partner, Sonia Hounsell. What is FunkkOFF, Sonia?
Yeah, it's a 2-in-1 toothbrush and toothpaste that you use on the go. Inside is 100% natural and vegan tooth gel that we formulated together. Like Joelle said, we worked on refining the design so that you could easily take the cap off, you twist the bottom, and the natural tooth gel that's inside comes up through the middle onto the soft bristles, and then you brush your teeth on the go. You rinse the bristles and put your cap back on, and you can check your teeth with the handy mirror on the bottom. So we put the product together, the branding together, and created this wonderful solution that didn't exist before. Colgate and Creston figured it out. It's been a really fun journey, and we're getting a lot of great reviews about it.
Absolutely.
And for those that might be listening or watching this, I originally thought when I first heard about this, like, oh, there's products like this because they have the single-use ones, right, that others have done out there. And I've bought those in the past because you need something, right, between getting ready for a meeting or whatever, especially if you're on the go. Problem is, personally, I rarely used them because you have your pack, they're single use. Like, is it really worth using it this one time and then throwing it away? Like, well, maybe next time. What I love about yours is the reusability. And I think that's part of the uniqueness behind this is the fact that it can be used 30 times, I believe, on average, correct?
Correct.
So you could use it every day for a month and, preparing right after lunch or before a meeting or whatever it might be. And it takes away that kind of like, I don't know if it's guilt or whatever it is of throwing away every time I use one of those little plastic toothbrushes.
Yes, that's a great point. And we really thought we are a certified women-owned company, and Sonia and I own it all, which is awesome. I wanted to mention it is a reusable product, and that was very important to us. The single-use ones actually cost per use. Ours is actually cheaper for the 30 uses, but the one single use, and I won't plug any name of another competitor, but they're not actually recyclable. So it's even worse. And the bristles aren't even bristles, and the experience was awful. So we really took a long time to make sure that we brought something to market that we would use, our children would use, is very eco-friendly. And I will mention that we have about 10 US patents, Sonia, and then also one China PCT patent as well. And 3 trademarks along the way. We try to protect our beautiful little baby, we call her, our blue little baby. But it's very important that we made something that was as sustainable as we could for the environment. And we're continuing, right, Sonia, to do that with future iterations of our product.
Absolutely.
And that is something I noticed, when I started using the product, is the bristles, as you compared to other quote unquote competitors, right? That they're plasticky, they're hard bristles, again, very single use, where this feels like a high quality toothbrush, right? It's the normal experience you're used to as a consumer, right? They brush our teeth hopefully every day, multiple times, right? But now you're on the go and have that same experience and a great refreshing feeling afterwards as well. So I love how you've done that and brought that quality to bear, certainly in your product.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we spend a lot of time working through those kinds of features, and we wanted our consumers who are really like us, women who are busy moms, busy working women who are on the go, to enjoy using it throughout the day, and actually be proud of using it, because it's actually very awkward to carry around a toothbrush and a toothpaste. You're always kind of awkward in the bathroom trying to hide it. Whereas this is something you can actually just use, at the table. Sometimes we refresh our lips at the table. You could even use this. And it's somewhat of a badge product. And that's part of the branding and the design behind it.
And what do you mean by badge product?
A product that you are proud of using, that you want to show your friends, you want to share with your friends, you want to talk about, you want to post about. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a bit of a brand marketer, so that's part of what I grew up learning how to do working in CPG companies. And it's sort of it's a product that you really want to be proud of using and share with people.
Yeah, I think it's a great way of saying that.
Great, John, but I do need to say she's an award-winning brand marketer. So she doesn't pay me to say that, but I'm so proud of her, and I'm so proud to be a partner. So she is. Yeah. So she knows what she's talking about.
And you can tell with the graphics, and I encourage everyone again to visit the website FunkkOFF.com, again with 2 Ks in the middle. It's you'll see that branding come to play in the packaging and the website design, et cetera, and you can tell. And I love how you describe the badge product, because it's really the opposite of other options that are out there, right? Where you're concealing, you're hiding, right? If you're using a portable toothpick, or if you're taking your little portable throwaway toothbrush into the bathroom, whatever, it's not something you're proud of. Where this is something you want to show off, not show off maybe, but certainly have your friends see and not be embarrassed of, and while you're solving a problem that everyone has on a daily basis, really. I want to back up a little bit. You talked about multiple patents, having 10 patents on this product. We get a lot of questions from our listeners on patents in general, and I don't want to turn this into a legal session by any means, but I'd love to ask the question, so what is the value of having multiple patents? Because my audience will hear that a lot, where I've got 3, 4, 5, 10 patents. So what's maybe the difference at a high level between some of these patents and the reason for having multiple rather than a single patent?
$1 million. No, we have, and I'm sure he will be listening because he's been part of our journey, but we have the most amazing IP, intellectual property attorney, and his firm has been with us since 2010, 11, when the idea came. It's like, why do you lock your doors? Why do you have locks on your doors? I mean, if someone really wants to break into your house, they're going to do it, but you'd be silly not to have those locks on your door. And we knew that, going up against, and it is 10 US patents, 5 are design, for those that want to hear it, and 5 are utility. To get an international patent on the utility, of basically utility is how it works, not what it looks like, which is really hard. For China to award that to us is pretty huge for an international patent, but we knew along the way as we were designing, refining designs, making this beautiful. I mean, the original prototype I had is right here, which if you come in, you can see it. It's actually the round spinning toothbrush head off of my electric toothbrush, and I stuck it on a chapstick container and started working with designers. But so from that to what Sonia and I brought to market is different, but the same as far how it wanted to be used. But the value of it is we knew we're two women going up basically two large oral care companies because this is the space that this product is in. We can talk later about other FunkkOFF products down the way, but we knew we were going up with the biggest of the global. I mean, pretty much everybody has teeth, and pretty much everybody eats and drinks. So it's a universal product. We say it. So we had to make sure along the way that we protected what we were building before we brought it to market. The value of it to us I think is invaluable. The apple, we kind of got to, we get into Shark Tank, but we kind of got into a little bit of a back and forth. You spent so much money on, international, protecting yourselves. The opposite, I would rather answer it that way. If we didn't have any patents, we'd be really exposed. So I think they're very valuable. I don't think I could put a number on them. Sonia, could you? I can tell you our legal fees, but I don't think you'd want to know that.
No, thanks for explaining that. That's very helpful. Let's jump over to the marketing side of this. So what would you consider your first big breakthrough success once you went through all this development time, got your patents in place, and now have your product developed? Your biggest marketing success from that point forward?
Yeah, we launched with direct-to-consumer marketing and did social, Facebook and Instagram, and got strong response from consumers, but also were discovered by retailers, which was really great. And I think that was one of the bigger things that happened earlier on. Uncommon Goods found us and wanted to list us. A beauty store, prestigious beauty store in Brooklyn named Shen Beauty discovered us. So it was those moments when we were discovered by retailers that we realized, this is a great opportunity for wholesale, actually. And so while we were doing direct to consumer, we actually moved into wholesale more quickly than we thought we were going to, because there was demand for it. So wholesale found us, but it was also another way for us to expand our awareness and reach amongst consumers that then fed our direct to consumer. So it sort of created the wheel that works really hard for us right now.
And that is not, as many people in our audience, and I know you guys also understand, common, right? To have retailers reach out to you demanding your product or asking for your product. I love how you use the word discover, right? When you have something truly unique, but also important or powerful, like solving a big problem in a way that no other products are, it speaks to the greatness of your idea that retailers would seek you out and seeing this, because they get pitched all day, all night by unique products, but having that unique benefit that's really meaningful to consumers goes a long way in driving the success and growth of your business.
Right.
Today, what works best for your business? What drives sales in the best way right now?
Yeah, right now it still continues to be our social, and Amazon is very powerful. It's one of our best platforms. And, you just can't beat the volume and the availability of consumers on that platform. And so that's worked really, really hard for us. Joelle, do you want to add anything?
I do. As a consumer purchasing, for us, and I'll speak for Sonia on this, I want to know who's behind the brand. I want to know the people. I want to make sure that there really is a Burt behind Burt's Bees. I really want to make sure that I want to know that it's, I want the store. I do want to know the story. I want to know how it's made, who made it. And so a lot of financial sales success comes from us doing in-person events as well. Wine festivals are fantastic. Food and wine festivals, any trade shows are wonderful because really the backbone, if there was, 50 million of Joelle and Sonia's out there, we would be through the roof. But these trade shows where these boutiques, which are the backbone of our country, every town has these wonderful entrepreneurial, women and men behind, mostly women, but, behind these boutiques that they curate really wonderful finds. And to be able to meet each of these women and companies at these trade shows, we get each other, and they want something unique on their counter, and we want to be on their counter, and there's stories behind it. And they're real stories. So those are real successes for us. And we wish we could do, every trade show in the world, because our product fits into so many different categories. Just really quickly, it's not just oral care, where we're in dental offices, right now, but we're also in boutiques. It's also beauty. It's also spas. It's also hotel travel. We're in airports now. So it's just, but I would say in-person events, if we could do them all day long, would be, I think, more successful than Amazon, if I could say, but we can't do that. So Amazon's great. And then we do what we can.
That's a great explanation. And this year, you've so far this year, the first few months have grown over 300%. So 3x what you were the same period last year. What do you think's driving that big change? What's driving the recent growth for your company?
Well, the big thing was Shark Tank. We, again, to speak of being discovered, we were actually scouted to be on Shark Tank. And we aired in February, and it has really propelled us. The level of awareness and interest in our product from consumers, as well as potential markets, international markets, has been huge. And it's just a very, very powerful platform. And we had a lot of fun doing it. We got a deal from Robert, which was amazing. And now so many more people know about FunkkOFF. So we're very grateful for that.
They do, and I'm going to add to you on that, because I'm big. I'm big on numbers, but it was really fun to be. We're on season 14, and we're also episode 14. So for those that listen to this, on Hulu later down the way, but season 14, episode 14, and I think I'm a Shark Tank fanatic. I mean, I'm obsessed with the show, of course. And I think we were the only ones ever in 14 years, and they have 22 episodes, and I think 4 to 5 companies an episode. So like a gazillion companies have come on that walked in with 2 glasses of red wine. I thought that was pretty, and didn't spill them. So I think the non-spilling was more important. But we actually had a lot of fun. And we did sell out within like 12 minutes of airing. So we've been taking, it's been beyond it. That definitely is the big accelerator. But what's more validating is what's come our way as far as that exposure are real connections and real, distribution opportunities and retail opportunities. So again, it's like them finding us through Shark Tank maybe, but validating that they actually want our product. So that's rewarding.
Love it. Great. And I know, you're sold out now on the website, but coming back very soon. And with inventory, just speaking to the tremendous demand you've had for your product. So I do encourage everyone, go check out the website. If it's not still in stock, it's still out of stock. It'll be back very soon. So again, check out FunkkOFF with 2 Ks in the middle.com. I do want to ask a couple final questions. One is, are there any resources that you guys recommend that have been helpful for you in this journey?
There's so many resources. I always think about, if we were trying to do this 20 years ago, how on earth we would have done it without the internet. It's just unbelievable and amazing how many resources are out there. They're out there if you look for them, and you're industrious like most entrepreneurs are. But one of my favorite recent books that I think every entrepreneur should read, and actually Joelle gave to me, is You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. I think that is truly every entrepreneur should read that book, because it's very powerful. It expresses in a really realistic and practical way the power of manifestation and manifesting. And I'm grateful for Joelle that she introduced me to it, and I've just really enjoyed that book. So that is an amazing resource.
Oh, you just touched my heart. You just touched my heart on a podcast. Sometimes I don't know what you're going to say. That was beautiful. And I do love that book. And it's actually on my nightstand right over there. I'll be really quick because I know we're at the end here, but resources, I'm a big extrovert. So reaching out, and thank God now have, LinkedIn. Don't forget your high school resources, because they're fantastic. Your, college as well. Just ask for help. I mean, literally now you can send emails, you can go direct messaging on LinkedIn and just say, hey, do you have 5 or 10 minutes? I have a question. And even if it's not, it's just one question, but they're in a category or somewhere. People want to, I want to help people. So just, the resources you have them now, thank God. Go to LinkedIn, Google search a company, find out who the advisors are, who the key people are, find them on LinkedIn and say, I have a question. How do I make a bristle, or can you direct me to somewhere else? But yeah, it's great network on LinkedIn, I think.
That's great advice, both of those really as well, that I think we can all take to heart. And we've talked about this before on the show, but it's amazing to me every time when you reach out to people, so many of them will respond. We do want to help each other, right? So like when I get requests, I know you guys do as well. And when you reach out to others on LinkedIn, getting that connection, even if you don't know them directly, if it's a high school friend, college friend, fantastic. But even if you just are a friend of a friend, people will respond, people will help you out. So it just takes you reaching out. Is there anything I didn't ask that you guys think will be helpful for our audience?
Yeah, I think just building upon that is, and I think as female entrepreneurs and women entrepreneurs, I think seeking out male mentors actually is one thing that I didn't do enough of when I was, more junior and younger in my career. And I think that's one of the more powerful things. Like they always say, what would you tell your younger self? I think that's what I would tell my younger self, because I think there are a lot of female entrepreneurs and there are a lot more women in business. But at the end of the day, it's still a very male-dominated world, especially when it comes to funding and capital raising. And I think having those mentors and relationships are really, really powerful and are invaluable.
I agree. And to add to just little percentages, of all VC venture capital funding that goes to female-led and female-owned companies, it's only about 2 to 3% of funding.
Wow.
And then as far as patents that are held by a single female, it's only 4% of patents. And I have two daughters and a son. Sonia has a daughter and a son, and we love men. That's what I do with men. I work, I was a stockbroker. She was in CPG, male-dominated worlds. We want our children to be able to go into a job and ask for a job and get paid the same and treated the same at the end of the day. Until that's going to happen, the levers go this way. But back to just what I'm going to add to Sonia's point of what would I tell my old self, and it's kind of something that I do use still today. From an entrepreneurial point of view, gosh, I have this idea. Gosh, I want to do this, or I want to start this business, or I want to start doing this. Sometimes it can be so overwhelming. And I just always say, move 5 chess pieces a day. 5 calls, 5 emails, 5 things you're going to do tomorrow. And have the big vision over here, but just move it along. I see Z, come back to A and build your way. And along the way, talk to LinkedIn, ask for help, men, women, all along the way to get to where you are. And that, it's Sonia, we always have like a saying that someone asked us on before, like, what's the best saying? Like, just always have a plan, but know that 100% of the time, plans never go as planned. And then Sonia, you always have some good ones as well, because it's the truth. Like nothing ever goes as planned. And if you can go in with something and you just know that just be able to be adaptable and changeable. I mean, even today, our day has gone like this, right, Sonia? So
100%.
One of my favorite quotes along those lines is from Mike Tyson, believe it or not, right? If you've ever heard his line, right? It probably looks like you recognize that. So everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face, right? So it's so true. He's speaking about boxing, right? But it happens in the entrepreneurial life over and over again, right? And you just got to be ready for when you get put off course, and you get surprised sometimes.
John, that's what I was expecting for Sonia to say, because that's what she says all the time, all the time. Sorry, Sonia, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was about to say it, but I'm glad you said it, John.
Stole your thunder. Sorry.
No, you didn't steal my thunder.
I do want to thank you guys for joining the show today. This has been a really fun interview. I know our audience is going to love it. For our audience, please visit their website, FunkkOFF.com. Again, 2 Ks in the middle. And if you use promo code HarvestGrowth30, all caps, the number 30 at the end, HarvestGrowth30, you can get a 30% discount off of your very own FunkkOFF. So encourage everyone, please visit the site. If for nothing else, see the great product, the design, and I guarantee once you try the product, you're going to love it as well. But Joelle and Sonia, thank you again so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
If you liked this episode and you want to learn more about how you can profitably grow your consumer products business, please subscribe to our show, or you can set up an appointment right from our website to speak directly with a member of our Harvest Growth team in a free consultation to learn the process that has worked for hundreds of businesses since 2007.